Hey everyone, Jason here, entrepreneur, and today I didn't get to hire anybody. So if you missed it, the past couple of vlogs I'm going through my process of finding someone to do graphic design, and for some reason I went from 15 people down to 0. This is the first time it's happened where nobody has, it wasn't like the quality of work was bad, it was literally nobody wanted to do it. And so obviously that's a reflection of me and my process and how I've described the job. So I have to figure out now what I need to do in order to be clearer with the next round of job auditions and posting a job. I share that with you because it doesn't always work out. I mean, I spent a good 20, 30 hours going through that entire process. The good news, however, is we were able to hire a video editor. So I'm very excited because I'm about to gain like 15 extra hours a week. I'm super pumped. So while I kind of pick up the pieces of why on earth the Upwork case study that I was walking you through didn't work, let's go ahead and switch gears, and I'm going to share with you my 2019 goals nice and quick, or as quick as possible. You know, I ramble as soon as we jump onto the screen. So let's go ahead and jump onto the screen. Now, this is my project and goal tracker. You can download it in the Aspire notebook for free, and it's broken down by the 4 digital business quadrants, which is team, content, sales funnel, and product. They'll make a bunch of sense in a second if you haven't seen this before. But this is essentially how I organize everything in what I do in business. And this actual methodology came from this book, The One Thing by Gary Keller. He built one of the largest real estate businesses and empires in the United States. So what I really like about this book is he's very, very brutal on you just focus on one core thing that's going to make everything else easier. And while it's really hard for me as an ADD person, I want to do 20 different things, I can tell you from personal experience, this book is the real deal. It's actually worth the read. And I really like it because it comes from someone who actually built a multi-billion-dollar business as opposed to someone who has made a career out of just being an author. So it's real world based stuff. Now, jumping back into my screen here, what essentially his process is you do your 1-year goals, and then you go monthly, you go weekly, you go daily, and then you go right now. Now, he also does 5-year and someday, which you'll find in the Aspire notebook, but for time purposes, we're just going to stick with the 1-year goal. And I found that the 1-year goal seems to, and the 5-year and someday goal constantly change as I learn more and develop as a YouTuber and agency owner. So the very first place I actually recommend you start is the content, because I'm a firm believer that content is the best way to market yourself and your business, irrespective of what type of business you have in 2019 and probably for the next few years. So my main goal for this channel is 100,000 subscribers. I'm working on a little secret project right now for a second channel, which I'll share more about in the future, probably in a couple months. And I want to get that channel to 15K. And then for both of them, my goal is to have a blog post come out every time we post a video, which is something I've really wanted to do for a long time, but budget and time constraints haven't allowed. So that's my big goal. Just hit 100,000 right? That's pretty big. Hit 100,000 subscribers and then have an automated process for promotion and blog post writing. Then the next quadrant I recommend doing is your sales funnel quadrant. And this is another area that's really hard to be focused in on. You'll see that I have 3. So while I'm telling you to focus on one thing, you can see that I have multiple on the screen. So I don't even follow my own advice sometimes, you know, and that's why I fail a lot. So the first one, I'm focusing on one funnel for this particular channel, and that is the YouTube machine funnel, where it's a course that essentially teaches people how to grow a YouTube channel using the exact same 5-step content system that I use for producing content on this channel. Then the secondary goal here is to have 6 months worth of content in an evergreen email sequence. So right now I link a lot to the Aspire notebook, and essentially after 2 weeks you stop receiving emails if you sign up. So I want to get that sequence up to about 6 months so that there's constantly being content delivered, and I'm actually being consistent in building a relationship with an email list as consistent as I am with YouTube and these vlogs. And then finally, for our agency, I've tied in this channel and the agency into one sheet as to have a webinar funnel to bring in more clients, because right now we're mostly inbound. And then for the product side, this is where for goals, I like to put whatever the sales figures you want. So when you think about, I want to make X amount, or I want to be generating, Y amount in affiliate commissions or new product sales or business, that's where you'd put that. I really don't recommend focusing on that. I really recommend focusing on the actionable, deliverable things, the actions that you're taking. And speaking of the actions that you're taking, the final quadrant that I recommend going to is the team quadrant. And this is, you've decided what you're going to do for your content and your sales funnel. You've set your, marketing and sales goals in the product category, the actual physical numbers of what you want to make. And now it's time to figure out, who do you need in order to be successful and reach those? Because as I talked about in the last vlog, being a solopreneur is just a stinky game. It's not fun. It's not something I recommend doing. And it's just thinking really small. So for me, I'm looking at 7 people: a content manager, a blog writer, 2 video editors, an advertising strategist, a Facebook, Instagram content manager, because I have absolutely no desire to learn any more about those 2 platforms. I don't even personally use them, so I'd just be a terrible marketer. We're gonna find an expert to help syndicate content to those 2 platforms, and then a developer to help me with bringing some of our Excel sheets over to an actual application, because believe it or not, Google Sheets does have a limit to how many tabs and processes you can run, and some of our sheets literally take 30 seconds to load. So we're pretty close to overloading Google Drive there. And then once you have this, what we do is we go to a month goal. So what can we do right now? And these 3 things that you're looking at, this is what I'm focused on this month right now. And so these 3 things are going to change every single month. So when February comes, March, April, May, June, July, there's going to be a separate goal for each one of those months based upon whatever the 1-year goal is. And the reason I recommend doing this is, last year I tried to create a monthly goal that kind of spread out across the entire year, and it just didn't work well, because there's always things that come up that you didn't expect, or things move quicker than expected. So this allows you to kind of pivot and change how you're spending your time and which quadrant gets more of your time a particular month without you feeling like you're not meeting your goals. So this month, for the weekly goals, you'll find my goal was to spend 5 hours a week on creating and documenting a process so a video editor could take over our editing. That actually turned into 20 hours a week, which is why the content videos have been all over the place, and I've only been doing 1 vlog because I've been spending so much time trying to get a video editor. And you'll notice with each tier, I leave 1 off because content's the most important. I go down to what's my daily goal for content. So that way, this is kind of my compromise with the one thing, right? Because ideally, if I was following this to the T, I would only have content on this goal. Like, that would be it. I would leave everything else alone. But I just can't help it. I want to write down the other things. So for my daily goal is focused on content, creating a video. Then my weekly goal, post three content videos, 2 vlogs for now. And then next month, these will change. And the final column is what you need to do right now. And for me, it's vlog, because this is the 1 video for the day. So I hope you found this helpful. This is just my personal goals. Again, you can download this project and goal tracker in the Aspire notebook for free to you. And it's just been something that's been very helpful in getting very clear on what I need to do in order to reach the goals that I've set for myself, as well as be fluid enough to kind of roll with the punches, because things definitely change. Like spending 20 hours and then finding out that nobody wants to join your team to make graphics in your price range. Stuff like that happens. So then you have to change your monthly goals. So thank you so much for watching. I sincerely hope you got some value out of this. I'm definitely going to be using this sheet and keeping myself accountable with you and just sharing how these goals progress over the coming year. If you have any goal tracking questions, make sure you drop them in the comment section below. I am still reading and replying to all the vlog comments. I'm super behind on the content comments, so if I haven't gotten to your question yet, I promise I will eventually. All my time's just been sucked up trying to offload the video editing. So until the next video, you know what to do. Keep building the business you love.